am really delighted and honored to be invited to officiate at this very important training that has been organized by the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation in partnership with Fiji Women Crisis Center. At the outset, I would like to thank the Department of Women and the Fiji Women Crisis Center for conveying this program, and also the participants, yourselves, for your willingness to be part of this workshop. We all understand the importance of this workshop as we hear the daily news of continuous violence targeted at our most vulnerable groups, women and children. And I believe the latest the two incidents in the Central Division, which has really shocked the nation. That is the abduction and the abuse of one of the 9-year-old members of the community. And we are still trying to come to terms with that incident. And then lately, the demise of the family at Kinoya, with their mother still recovering at hospital. These are some of the latest developments that has prompted such workshop to be now very considered as very important. And there is a need for us to widen the scope on our participation in this type of workshop, so that we can carry out, that we become agents of the carrying out of this message out there in relevant communities over which we serve. I am so glad that you have taken out your precious time to come and attend such an important training which will benefit you and your community. You have what it takes, as I have earlier indicated, to be an advocate for the vulnerable in our society. Victims of domestic violence who are largely women and children, and also men. The process you will go through in the next 3 days will be very critical and challenging. It will certainly be a transformation process. It will be challenging in the sense that it will involve the changing of the mindset, challenging generational social norms and deep-seated beliefs and values that influences the way we behave and do things. Please take note of that. The next 3 days of deliberations, this is probably the most important outcome, the changing of mindset, and also some of the deep-seated beliefs and values that usually influence the way we do things. Please, over the next 3 days, if you come out of this, go out of this workshop, at least with a different perception and different outlook of how you see life and of how you see things, and also the very important and trusted responsibility that is bestowed on us, that is to be custodians of a protective society over which all are protected, vulnerable, especially our vulnerable parts of the society, women, children, our disabled friends that are out there, and the onus is on us. And I'm glad, looking at the forum this morning, to see you gentlemen sitting here. And I believe each one of you will go out and, of course, spread the good news. And you will be able to influence your family, the community that you live in. If you come from a village setting, of course, our Toka, our Matangali, and the village as a whole. Please do not sit back and be silent about these things. We need to come out. We need to speak. We need to be advocates of the protections of our society. This morning I would like to highlight to you participants that it is now time for change. As the Minister for Women and Children Poverty Alleviation has stressed that, I quote, Fiji is the second highest in the region for the most number of domestic violence cases. Based on the latest statistics on domestic violence, Fiji needs to put a concerted effort in educating the communities, providing them with appropriate information, guidance on all aspects of life to increase the sense of responsibility and helping build character and strength, unquote. That is the crux of what I had earlier alluded to, that we need to work together in educating our communities, and this is part of that effort, educating the communities and providing us with appropriate information to increase the sense of responsibility and to help build a better community. Since the Fijian government views domestic violence against women as everyone's responsibility, that's the need for a concerted effort. And since you are your community's gatekeepers, and as I've again earlier stated, sitting here, we are all heads of the family. And I believe most of us sitting here are heads of communities, are heads of Tikinas, heads of Matangalis. Your role is to ensure that women and our children live in a violence-free community where they are protected and safe. And I believe that is all our calling as God-fearing people of Christian background belief. That is one of our entrusted responsibility as male component of society. Male are not meant to be bossy. Kento sin lakoma to sinimbuli mai metu lewa irna na maramai. Kento tumbuli mai metu marroir. Metu liutekir. Metu tangko makir. Sibawi. Wambo tani tuko na nakadi ni kalu weekenda. Ananda itavi antundua. Kotiga. We are losing a lot of lives these days due to domestic violence. A recent one, as I've indicated, the family in Kinoa, family of 4. In Kinoa we have lost 2 children and a father, and the mother is still in critical condition at the CWM hospital. Then we ask ourselves, who is to be blamed? We can start pointing fingers, and we can start looking at the roots of what had happened that had actually instigated that action that leads to the loss of lives. So, but we do not need to point fingers at others. We need also to look at society's or community's responsibility. We need to look out for one another. We need to help one another. Individualistic society now is beginning to break the way we do things. We all believe that we come from a communal type of society, a village setting. It's not only the Fijians. It's not only the Itoke indigenous. It's all Fijians. We all come from communal type society that we tend to look out for one another, and we need to strengthen on those issues, whereby we are called upon to be protectors of those that rely on us, women and children. We need to look for approaches in order to solve domestic violence issues. We need to work together and ensure that everyone is responsible. And on that note, I again revert back to what I just stated. The calling is on you. You are called here. You are not sitting here by accident. Maybe you applied to come. But again, I usually advocate that nothing happens by accident. Nanda chiko sindora kandu ya tuwa kai. Nana namu chiko na matagani kuwa. You stay here this morning, and over the next 3 days, It's a calling. It's not by accident. You are here to listen. You are here to see, to learn, and probably it will change the way you look at things, perception. It will change mindset. You will go out a better person. Nabigi kabango do kikenda. Komimbi na nanda bakambota. Do kikenda. Sanga ni lutugo. Yana kalalai wango ndo bukia. Mayagu ni nanda bakambota. Ndangoleni. Dona reibo and dona reikin. And I believe you will be agents of those changes. Do not look down at yourself. Please, after all the wealth of information that you will gather over the next 3 days, you go out, stand strong and tall in your community, and advocate that we are all responsible for a safe and protected society. Maybe not again. Never got to live in a weekend. Maybe weekend na turang. Don't we? Male advocacy is one of the approaches to addressing domestic violence, and that is what we are talking about here this morning from Ms. Shamima Ali, and also this short opening address. Male advocacy. We need the male component to be a strong part of this. That is why we are here for the next 3 days, to this male advocacy component of our approach to addressing domestic violence. I am optimistic that this program will equip you with tools to empower you for your advocacy roles. To vital na tati ana tumtulus singo nabi kato torike me ba ko kotikan to empower you me ba ko kotikan ana no mulai tuku na itu tuku na kana marroi na no itu tuku oi rakede go da ka ba kalu weekend da ba mo tinda abuti ke da ba mo this has always been our calling from God as males in the society. Okay, to empower you. All the knowledge and information that you gain from this 3-day workshop will empower you for your advocacy role. Learn as much as you can and use this opportunity to develop yourself and take home messages, and that will be a milestone in ensuring violence against women is addressed accordingly. Okay. Just before I end, again, I would like to reiterate that this workshop is very important to our society. And I again sincerely thank the facilitators, the Department of Women. Madam, thank you very much for the Women's Crisis Center in this concerted effort that we are working together to try and curb this sick part of our society. We can really put it down and of course ensure that we live in a more conducive and vibrant society. I therefore wish you well in the next 3 days and the male advocacy program every success now and in the future. And on that note, I am deeply honored to declare the program open. Nagwalepo.